Don't you know no good? Don't you know no good? What's up, y'all? It's Jay here, your accountability coach and ghetto psychologist. It is my life's purpose to help Black people navigate this patriarchal system of white supremacy. On this channel, we'll talk about all type of stuff. Sometimes you'll hear me talk about celebrity gossip, world news, politics, black shit, white shit, all shit, anything that you want to talk about when it comes to this world and this patriarchal system of white supremacy, right? At the foundation of everything, we need to know that the very fabric of humanity is centered on white supremacy, and the byproduct of white supremacy is anti-blackness. So, what that means is everything that we look at in the world, we look at from a whitewashed lens. Sometimes you can't even help it. Subconscious, it's embedded, right? And when you look at it from a whitewashed lens, sometimes you tend to have wrong rose-colored glasses. And when you have roses, sometimes roses have thorns. So when you have rose-colored glasses, you might get a thorn to your eye. So here, that's what we focus on, helping to remove that thorn. So, you know, I've been trying to figure out for the past 20 minutes what I want to talk about today. And I want to talk about men and women and how men typically hold women accountable for the wrong shit. So let's get into it, right? I was watching Reasonable Doubt, and if you don't know about Reasonable Doubt, it's I watch it on Hulu. I don't know what network is really on originally, but I watch it on Hulu, and it it's a court type of show. Of course, it's more than just court TV, but it's following a black woman who is also a lawyer and her family, her husband, her drama in her family life, and the cases that she covers as a defense lawyer. So she's covering this case of this child actor who's grown up, he's an adult now, and his girlfriend was found killed. He's basically on trial for her murder, and he was sexually abused when he was younger. And oh, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. If you don't want to know what happened before, you might want to click off or click ahead about 2, maybe 3 more minutes. And yeah, sorry if I already spoiled something for anybody, but I mean, I said I was going to be talking about the show, so spoiler alert. Anyway, so come to find out, he was sexually abused when he was a young person, when he was younger, when he was a baby. I was gonna say baby, Jesus. When he was a baby in my head. Hell, when he was a child, when he was like, I don't know, I forgot what age they said, but he was under 13. We'll put it like that. That's a child. So, and it got me thinking about some things that I've been talking about, some things that I'm talking about in my upcoming book called Thorn to the Eye. Some things that really, I feel like as of late, we all collectively, those of us who are growing more aware, have been kind of hyper focusing on this thing when it comes to men and men's sexuality, the development of a man's sexuality. In the Black community, it is very sensitive because, as I always say, we are so anti-gay in the Black community, homophobe, just homophobic in the Black community that we don't care. And I keep saying we, and I'm saying that real loosely because it's not me, but I'm just saying as a Black person, we don't care if our sons are fast and promiscuous at a young age with girls, as long as he's not gay. So yeah, you started having sex when you was 10 years old. Okay, I mean that's early, son, but you ain't gay. I hate it. It's disgusting. So to kind of further spoil a little bit, in this episode, the woman who he was sexually abused with, of course, she was much older than him. She was an adult and he was a child. And for whatever reason, again, this is glamorized where, hey, your 10-year-old, your 12-year-old slapping skins with the 25-year-old. That's what's up. Yeah, he a man now, right? Oh, he was abused. If your daughter, who could be the same age, is being plucked by a man at that age, your 12-year-old, 13-year-old daughter with a 25-year-old, you're gonna have a fucking heart attack. Why is that energy different for your sons? Mentally, the same effect happens, and y'all are not understanding that. Boys are not that different from girls. And this is where we have to start realizing how much more women and men are alike than different. And this is why I say that men hold women accountable for the wrong things. And this is one of the things that y'all don't hold women accountable for, being disgusting pedo who seek out young boys to use and to mold, right? Just like men do little girls, young girls, same concept. But y'all make it okay for women to do it. There is not a soundboard of men that I have ever heard online or otherwise who speak out against these women who were predators towards y'all. I don't see the soundboard. There's always going to be women talking about the older men who were treating us like prey. We always talk about the predators. Sure, when we were 15 and we were dating 25-year-olds, we were glamorizing it too. Again, it was a nasty mindset we all breaking through, right? But the thing is, most of us as women, we're recognizing, oh my God, these dudes were disgusting. They should have been dating girls their own age instead of being at the high school picking me up, right? We're not blaming ourselves. We're not acting like victims, but we're making a point that, oh, this is disgusting behavior. It was not okay. Some of us were abused more than others, right? But when you are at a certain age, and I'm talking about before you even reach puberty for real, when you're not even a teenager yet, when you're 13 and below, and somebody is taking advantage of you like that. Now, when you're 16 and older, it does not take away from the fact that you were groomed, does not take away from the fact that this person is still a PD, right? But it's a little different in how it affects you. The younger, the harsher the effect. So, no, it's not okay. No matter what the gender, for your 12-year-old to be with a 25-year-old. Does not matter the gender. 12-year-old to be with a 25-year-old. Does not matter the sexuality. A 12-year-old should not be with a 25-year-old. Period. A 15-year-old should not be with a 25-year-old. Period. Right? But again, even though those 3 years, it is a difference in how it affects you mentally. And it does vary case by case in general, of course, but in a general sense too. It based on the age, it affects differently. Look it up. So, what else do men not hold women accountable for? Or what they hold women accountable for and they shouldn't? First of all, what is y'all obsession with makeup? Oh, I don't really want to. He want my women to be all natural. She doesn't need to be makeup. And look at me as I'm sitting up here as natural as ever. Look at the skin on motherfucker. Fleek, 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 fleek. Glass, skin, and all. And I still think it's stupid. What's wrong with us wearing makeup? Why is it that men are so against things that make women feminine? What is that? What is it? Things that we do for ourselves outside of y'all, but a lot of men have a problem with it. It's very strange. Stop trying to hold women accountable for wanting to put on hair and nails and makeup. And yes, right now I'm in my natural state, and I have been for the last couple of years. But a couple of years before that, I was always wearing wigs. I always kept my nails done, and I can wear makeup on my face on a consistent basis. So yeah, I can turn back into that at any point if I want to. There's nothing wrong with being that way. So that being said, leave us alone when it comes to feminine aspects like the hair and nails, all those things. You're not supposed to understand them as men. Nobody gives a fuck about that Beijing y'all keep using and this goddamn staining the pillows and shit. The fuck? Y'all do y'all own thing, let's do ours, and you shouldn't even be worried that much about it. I mean, unless you just think it's something, it's not always gonna be ugly, but if it's ugly to you, then it's ugly. You can say that, but just saying in general that you don't want your girl to ever wear makeup is crazy. No, she's gonna wear makeup on your wedding day. She's gonna wear makeup on special occasions. She should anyway. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care. I'm not saying you gotta know how to do a whole full face beat, but I'm saying as a woman, you should want to know how to accentuate yourself with makeup on a special occasion. Fill your eyebrows up, attach a lash. You know what I'm saying? Mascara, lip line, little blush here, little mascara. I mean, not mascara, little concealer under the eye. Boom. You don't like I said, you don't need a full face, but you need to know how to pretty yourself up just a tiny. No, I can't ever change my mind about that. So fuck what these men be saying when it comes to that. So what else do I feel like men hold women accountable for that they shouldn't? Talking to our friends to a certain extent. Now, yeah, you don't need to tell your friends everything about your relationship, but I should be able to tell my friends some things about my relationship because they are my peace. When I need somebody to vent to, yeah, I could go vent to a therapist, that's great, but I need somebody who knows me. Is for me and not on a professional setting, not on an impersonal setting. And I need to be able to just lay it all out and gain some perspective. Not saying that I'm going to do what they say, but it just helps. So I think a lot of men get upset when women talk to their friends about their relationships, but I can't really fully talk to you about everything that I feel about you. I can't say it all. Just like I'm sure you won't say it all to me either. So the next best thing would be my best friends. I think that's a stupid thing to hold your woman accountable for. Now, like I said, is certain things, of course, that women should keep to themselves and they shouldn't tell their friends when it comes to their relationship. But for the most part, I say about 80%, 80 to 90% of shit we should be able to disclose. um, let's see. What else? We're gonna talk about what I feel like men should hold women accountable for and they don't. Well, let me say this. I think men do hold women accountable for this, but I don't think that they do it in a fair way. I think that they do it in a way that they kind of absolve their own selves. Men always try to make it seem like it's a women's fault that they don't open up because their infamous overused line of we always throw it up in their face. But the thing is, men are not safe spaces for each other either. You as a man, if you're watching this, or if you can, pretend you are a man and you know how men are in this patriarchal society, you as a man venting to your homeboy about maybe your feelings being hurt that your girlfriend didn't call you after she said she would. As a man, you know damn well you can't say that to your homeboy. You know you can't. You know you can't. Now there's some men who they don't care they can. Kudos to you. But for the majority of y'all, y'all know y'all can't. Y'all can't say that to your own boys because they ain't gonna like, well, you a pussy. You a simp. Why are you acting like this about a woman not calling you? What's wrong with you, man up? Y'all are not safe spaces for each other either. And what's so interesting is how y'all can talk to each other in the most roughest, disgusting ways, right? Y'all can say some of the nastiest things to each other and still be best of friends. But as soon as a woman says anything brash, she might not call you out your name, she might not be very disrespectful, but she just mean business and she's saying it stern like, you bitches. Well, not just you bitches. You just start acting like bitches. Right? And this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Like, y'all try to make whole women accountable for being your peace, but you're not facilitating an environment for peace. I am not an angel. So I can't give you heaven when you trying to compete with hell. It's like you motherfuckers want to be demons and you want a woman to come and turn you into an angel. Bitch, it doesn't work like that. And these are the things that y'all hold us accountable for that's not fair. Then I feel like it's not what we should be held accountable for. Now, again, granted, women are not a safe space either when it comes to men. And I will agree, a lot of women will not let men be soft. Case in point, we heard last year sometime, I believe, that Kate Michelle went on record to say that she doesn't like to see her man cry. It makes him look like a weak or something. I'm paraphrasing. Makes him look weak, less of a man or something. Some way in another, that's what she meant. She don't want to see her man cry. She think that's pussy. That's all. Disgusting. She don't like it. She don't feel safe when she feel when her man cry. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing to say. For her to be the mother of a son, a boy mom, it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible mindset. Can only imagine. And for her to say that and then sing a song called "You Can't Raise a Man." This is the shit that I be talking about when it comes to women myself. And men, yeah, some men are get in my amen corner, like, yeah, you're right. And then some men are just not really, they don't even care that I'm speaking out on their behalf about that. Because in their minds, they agree. A man shouldn't be like that. He shouldn't be crying. So they can't even see how it coincides with the high male suicide rate. They can't see how it coincides with the high male homicide rate. They can't see how this kind of ideology, how it coincides with, oh, men suffer in silence. They can't see that. They can't see how it coincides with men having to run to the streets because they can't emote properly to anybody. And the mama tell them that they can't cry. Your daddy telling you got to man up. You know, everybody in the world wants you to be something of a robot. So you run to the streets to these other young boys who had the same misguided ideology. And y'all just trying to love each other, but you can't even really love each other because that shit, that's weak. See where I'm going? And this is the problem when you have double standards and when you don't hold people accountable for the things that they should be held accountable. You should hold your mama accountable for the fact that she made you an emotionally inadequate boy and man. That's what you should hold your mama accountable for. Y'all hold y'all mama accountable for picking your daddies who probably ain't shit. Which I mean, maybe to an extent you can hold her accountable for that, but I feel like y'all do it to too high of a degree versus holding her accountable for not being emotionally present versus holding her accountable for not teaching y'all to be emotionally intelligent and present. Hold your mothers accountable for that shit. Hold your mothers accountable for making you the man in the house when you really was still just a little boy trying to figure shit out. Hold your mama accountable. This is what I'm saying when I say men do not hold women accountable in the proper way. If y'all was going to y'all mamas and really telling her how y'all really felt about how she treated y'all, how she dotted on y'all, maybe she coddled y'all, she enabled y'all, she didn't discipline you enough. Of course, that sounds crazy. Oh my God, I'm so mad my mama didn't discipline me enough. But some of y'all realize as men, if my mama would have disciplined me enough, maybe I would have been a strong enough man to make it out here. Maybe I would have known more. I would have been able to fend for myself better. Now I'm out here in the streets and I'm lonely and emotionally inadequate and I don't know what to do and I don't know how to ask for help because that's weakness. And if I'm weak, I'm not a man. So I'm trying to figure shit out. But what I gotta do, I gotta hustle, I gotta use people, I gotta connive people, gotta manipulate, I gotta finesse. You see where I'm going? This is the shit. So it's a fucking spiral. But it all starts with your mama. Men, hold your mamas accountable for the right things. Okay? And who she chose as your father is not top of the list. Yeah, she does need to be held accountable for that to an extent. Excuse me. But trust me, she does not need to be held with her feet to the fire about that. It's first of all, you hear, she can't take it back. She didn't know. If she did know, likely she wouldn't have done what she did. Now there are some situations where your mama did know and she just went ahead and did some crazy shit. Like if you was a side baby. Your mama, you need to hold your mama accountable for that. I don't know who I'm talking to, but they hearing. But yeah, so I mean, like I said, I'm gonna keep this short. I don't have a lot of time when it comes to this, but it's real talk. Men, when it comes to holding women accountable, yes, women need to be held accountable. I want to say this: men are always throwing out this word accountable. It's like they just learned it in the last few years. And they are always saying that women are not accountable. We are way unaccountable. And I'm not going to say that women are accountable because I think no one, male, female, trans, I don't give a fuck what you are. If you're a human, I don't think you're going to be an accountable person. And I'm an accountability coach. I feel like a lot of people, most people, lack true accountability. Because if you are given the opportunity to take ownership of something or deflecting on someone else, which way are you willing to go? Were you making excuses or you owning it? Most people make excuses. Most people. So most people are not accountable. Something you did wrong and you know automatically you just be like, okay, yeah, that was on me, my bad. You're more likely a much more accountable person. Right? But I don't think no matter what gender, what race, that most people are accountable. So that being said, when men are always throwing the word accountable out and they always reference it to women not being accountable, I just feel like they don't look at themselves. If this is a man's world and you think the world is fucked up, then it's men's accountability to fix it. And yet, men are only doing the same thing, expecting different results. And you motherfuckers in mass are not changing. You're not accountable. Women are changing, women are adjusting, women are moving away. A lot of women are deciding not even to deal with men anymore because they know that it's not conducive to their overall well-being. Whilst men are still staying the same, just complaining about women taking no ownership, all deflection. Every time we talk about what men do, you can guarantee that there is 90% of men in the comments deflecting, making excuses, or saying something even more detrimental than necessary to the point, right, about women versus the men that's like, oh yeah, you know what, that is true. Men do that. I've seen it happen. When we're talking about situations where men do something more than women, it is almost as if, oh, well, women do it too. We never say that women don't. We're just saying who's doing more, who is the more pressing issue. Men are not accountable. So when you speak about women and their accountability, yes, hold women accountable. I don't give a fuck. Nobody's above that. But what are you holding women accountable for as a man? Is it something silly? Is it because she wants the freedom to choose? Is it because she doesn't want to have children? Is it because she doesn't want to be married? Is it because she wears nails, hair, and makeup? Is it because she wears heels? Is it because she's too feminine? Is it because she's too masculine? What are you holding women accountable for? And is it really relevant? Hold women accountable for the right things. And that's all I'm going to say. Love you guys. See you later.